Let me talk to you guys real quick about how dieting led me to develop an eating disorder. So as you guys know, I used to be 273 pounds, and I actually managed to lose weight, get down all the way to 200 and 190 pounds actually. From there, I gained a couple more pounds, and then when I was around 206 pounds, I was like, okay, time to get lean, time to really get shredded. I wasn't happy with how I was looking at 190. So I was like, all right, I got to put in some more work. So I went on a diet and I got all the way down to 172 pounds. And at 272 pounds, I was looking lean, guys. Like, that's the leanest I've ever looked in my life. I honestly couldn't believe what I saw in the mirror. Coming from where I was at, 273 pounds to 173 pounds, that's 100 pounds, guys. That's a whole person. So, what it took me to get there, though, it was hard. From 273 to like 190 pounds, the diet it wasn't bad. Like I wasn't as restricted as like other people are. Like I was still eating pretty decent. I would have cheat days every week, every other week. And at the end of the day, like it didn't feel like I was, dying, put it that way. Once I get down to like the 180s, though, my body starts feeling it. And last year, I decided to go on, like I said, on a cut I started at the actual cut at like 195 pounds, and I got down to 173. And that cut was hard, guys. It was a hard diet, to say the least. Uh, by the end of the diet, I was literally on 1,500 calories, I believe. Per day, I was eating no more than 80 grams of carbs. And my fats got as low as like 30, 40, 35, 40, around there. I was in a huge deficit. On top of this, I was still doing my weight training. I was still doing cardio. 1 hour of Masters a day, 600 calories, guys. And, you know, it burned me out so bad. It wasn't sustainable to the point where, like, once I reached 173 pounds, my body just didn't want to go any lower. And I was still, believe it or not, I still wasn't satisfied because I still wanted to see, like, hard rock shredded abs. That was my goal. And even though looking back at it now, I actually did have pretty decent like development. Like in my eyes, that diet brain doesn't let you see true progress, believe it or not. So I started binge eating a lot. Once I got to 173 pounds, 16 weeks of cutting was over. I started to binge eat a lot, and not just oh let me go ahead and eat like a little bit of this, a little bit of that. I was straight going through food like it was nothing. I remember I would track some of my benches. I would track, and it would get as high as 7,000 calories. Now keep in mind that at that point I was still very lean, and for the first couple like bench sessions, my body actually didn't like react bad to it. You could say like it was actually taking in the food pretty nicely. I was feeling a whole lot better, but this binge eating cycle it didn't stop till like recently. Like I could tell you guys right now, it still goes on if I'm not too careful. I still have what I would say. I still have what you could call like traumatic ish, experiences from my diet. Like if I start getting like too hungry, like I just start thinking about those dark days back then when like I was, not eating damn near anything, and like I was doing so much, and I was literally every day felt like I was dying. I had zero energy. My parents were scared. My friends were scared. They were like, "What the hell are you doing? You look dead. You're about to collapse." A couple times I actually did almost collapse while working out because I was exerting myself so much and I had no fuel in me. So I was in a state where my body was literally surviving, trying to survive, and it led me to binge eat. It led me to just eat and eat and eat and eat, and this would happen. You know, like I said, I finished the diet in like November, mid-November, and it would happen like twice a week, 3 times a week. I would just eat and eat and eat till I was so full that I couldn't even like lay down. And it was a bad cycle of the next day just restricting myself because I was like, damn, like I just had so many calories, I'm gonna get fat, I'm gonna put on so much weight. And I would restrict myself, but then that would lead me to get those hunger signals again, get those experiences of like I'm dying, and I would just binge eat again. So it was a horrible cycle that I'm still trying to break. Right now, currently I'm actually, yeah, I gained a lot of weight. I like gained all the weight I lost from that diet. I'm around 100 and I'm 200 and like 8 pounds, and so I'm up like a good 35 pounds, 40 pounds from where I finished my diet. And what I realized is that the more I like eat, not overeat, but the more I feel my body, the less inclined I feel to binge eating. So I remember at first I was scared to up my calories because I didn't want to gain weight. But that just shot me, like that just backfired because it would lead me to binge eat. And then in those binges, I would eat so much more calories and I would have eaten regularly anyways that I still gain weight and I still put on a lot of weight. And, at some point I was just like, you know what? Like, I just can't keep restricting myself. So it was a good time of trying to find how many calories or like at what amount of food I would feel satisfied. And currently I'm around like 3,000 calories on training days. And honestly, like I feel so much better. Like I said, I thought I would start gaining like a lot of weight. And honestly, the gain that I did gain, yeah, it sucks. But the key is to not gain any more. And I feel like if I had kept restricting myself, keep trying to just keep the weight off, I was gonna continue binge eating, and that would just lead me to get even bigger. So I was like, enough is enough. I have to stop this. So I up my calories, and finally I'm in a place where I could say that every day I'm not like starving, and I don't get the urges to binge eat anymore. And yeah, even though I do still have like certain issues with my eating, especially because when I was dieting, guys, 80 grams of carbs a day, that's nothing. That's literally just a whole bunch of zucchini that I was eating. And that led me to cut out a whole lot of food groups that from my diet, like bread, rice, literally nothing I could eat except zucchini and like lean proteins. So even though I am getting my bench eating under control. One thing that I noticed I still have is issues with like feeling restricted. Like I hate, like let's say I want to eat some like bread, but I'm kind of lowish on calories for the day. I hate that feeling. I hate the feeling of restriction, and that also leads me to binge eat. So I'm trying to find a balance between eating what I enjoy, feeling full, feeling satisfied, so that it doesn't trigger those cycles of binge eating. Like I said, currently it's definitely being way more under control, and I attribute that to me raising my calories, not being afraid to just eat more, and starting to eat more of the food groups that I restricted myself from. Because, like I said, restriction and caloric deficits, if you're dieting hard, they're probably gonna creep in, and they're at some point you're gonna feel burned out. The key is to not feel so burned out to where like you start binge eating like I did, and that was my problem. That was my issue that I'm still dealing with. So if you take anything from this video, is that if you're trying to lose weight, if you're gonna go on a diet, please pay attention to signals of your body trying to tell you it's time to take a break. It's time to not be so strict to yourself. Trust me, you have plenty of time to lose weight, guys. Currently, after going through so much weight loss phases, I could say that slow and steady would be the best approach. Yeah, you won't see results right away, but you won't burn out either. The thing about burning out, guys, is that not only do you burn out to go forward, but your body wants to go backwards, and now you don't even have the will to prevent that. That's why I'm always. That's why now currently, if I start dieting again, I'm gonna take it easy. I'm gonna take it slow, and I'm not gonna rush the process. And if at some point I feel like I'm burning out, I'm just gonna stop, take a diet break, and then see where I want to go from there. But please pay attention to your body. Don't burn out like I did, and start developing eating disorders because of dieting. I didn't think this thing was real till now that I'm experiencing it, and honestly, it's hard. It's hard having some of these issues because food is everywhere. You still gotta need food to survive, and you're really gonna have to be proactive with taking measures to not burn out, to listen to your body, and if you feel like you can't go on, maybe take a break. Because trust me, the worst thing you could do is make so much progress forward to only ruin it by burning out and now backtracking and possibly ending worse than when you started. So please, guys, just pay attention to your body. Weight loss is achievable. It's definitely not easy, and it will take work, but it will be worth it. So thank you for watching. Like, subscribe. Any questions you guys have about like all these things that I'm talking about, drop them below, and I'll try to answer them to the best of my abilities. As always, keep ascending, guys. Always, always further beyond.